Once again, that's here. Before we get into this video real quick, I just wanted to give a little intro for this video. So basically what this video is going to be is I got my homie JD in this video. And JD is I would say, above average player when it comes to the old Budokai games, the old Tenkaichi games, and all of that. So when he got into Sparking Zero, I knew he was going to be one of those people that went in really hard on the game, really dug deep into the game, and really was going to try his best to get to a certain level of skill in the game that was going to exceed most people, as he does in most games he plays. So this video right here is just me getting him in a call, and I wanted to ask basically a Tenkaichi pro, because I mean shit, if you see some of the shit that he does on Twitter, you can definitely tell he is, I would say, above average, and ain't no slouch in any of the games that he puts his heart into getting good at. So I wanted to get him in here, ask him how he feels about the game, ask him if there any tech that he might have for people that are trying to get better at the game, or potentially something like this is what he does that not a lot of people do type shit. So without further ado, let's get into that video. Alright, so we got the man, the myth, the legend, the god of all fighting games and just games in general, because he is that guy that stays in the lab and never comes out for about,
wow, okay, whatever.
I say for about, he's staying there for about like a good 3 weeks, and then he comes out and starts beating everybody's ass. You know, it's JD, the god at everything, bro.
He over exaggerated it, but I do be in the lab though.
I only over exaggerated a little bit.
Only
a little bit.
Yeah, all right, man. Go ahead.
Man, we ain't gonna talk about it, because how long did you stay in King of the Hills?
No comment.
Yeah, exactly.
No comment.
Bro stayed in there the entire time. He did not touch online ranked at all. But that's not what we're here talking about Mortal Kombat. We're here talking about Sparking Zero. And with Sparking Zero, I'm gonna go ahead and let JD start yapping about the game, since he is the knowledgeable player. Tell me how this compares to the old old Tenkaichi games, and how you now playing it for about, well, I'd say over a week now, how it compares.
Yeah, about a week and some change online, actually.
Yeah, I was about to say, oh yeah, because you didn't even start playing online as soon as you started playing. So yeah, just tell me about how your whole experience has been with the game and what you think about it.
So for people who don't know, my favorite Tenkaichi game is Tenkaichi 2. That's the one I spend the most time on. I did play Tenkaichi 3, but they changed some stuff that I did not like about that game, to where like I just mostly stayed on 2. Sparking Zero, this game, the way I look at this game is the same way I look at when I went from MKX to MK11 in Guilty Gear XR to Guilty Gear Strive. That's what it kind of reminds me of. They took out a lot of things that used to be in the old games, which a lot of games do not now, for like modernization and for like newer players, which I'm kind of used to it now.
Yeah, but casuals and shit.
Yeah, but I don't really mind that. But then you go ahead and change some stuff about the older games that were there for a reason, and you took them out. So now like there's a lot of things that are not supposed to be working as intended, like Wild Sense, After Image Strike, the way your step-in barrier is now, the way Key Blast work for characters now, and like there's no cooldown. Like there's a lot to talk about with this game, man. It's pretty much the Mickey Mouse of Tenkaichi games, honestly, and the games were already crazy. So
that's insane, because everybody said that shit about fighters towards the end. It's the Mickey Mouse of a fighting game.
Yeah, like for anyone who like played like Tenkaichi 2 or Tenkaichi 3, like who played it, and not just like mostly played like, and no disrespect when I say this for people, by the way, like people who mostly play the AIs and like their group of friends. If you were playing Tenkaichi 2 and 3 like at a high level, and then you come into this game, most of the people I already talked to, they already said they don't like it for the most part.
Twang. You jumping in the recording now?
Yep, Joe's in here now too. So we started over.
You here?
Yep.
Oh shit.
See you in here, Twin?
Now, bro.
Nah, you cook now.
Oh shit.
Nah, Twin, go ahead and start.
Yeah, you're here now.
I'm just over here practicing super counter. What the fuck?
Well, since you talking about Sparking Zero,
since you talk about it, you bring your ass in the call.
No, I'm gonna ask you too, because honestly, both y'all probably been playing more than me. I haven't been playing Sparking Zero as much recently, but since you in here, Twin, how you feel about Sparking Zero, and like You played some of the old Tenkaichi games, so like how you feel
Yeah.
about it as a whole?
As a whole, I mean, game's fun. It's made to be fun, right? But I do feel like it got some issues, right? I touched up a little bit on this myself, right? But I don't like the way that player match is set up. I don't like the whole lobby system. I do feel that it's great if you want to just jump into a lobby and fight against your friends, right? But obviously, I also have that issue of fighting against my friends because most of them are on console. You're the only one that's on PC, so it is what it is. But I would rather be able to just jump into player match, search for a quick match, and find a random nigga and just rematch that nigga as much as I want, or go find another nigga. Like, I want it to be set up like how ranked is, but that's just me personally. I also feel like, see, I'm trying to practice super counter right now, right? But I do have an issue with super counter. Here's the thing. I feel like it's way too strong for it to not cost anything, right?
Yeah.
I feel like it should just be taken out, and then I feel like revenge counter should just work better, like from wherever they're at. Like, you should just only be able to use revenge counter, because then it would be like a, how I want to put it, it would be like a strategy game, right? Because this game, you want to have as much skill points as you can, especially to go into sparking mode, and then some people have after image, cheesing, and all that. You know what I'm talking about? And then you can do the instant spark. So I feel like it would just add a whole new level of a strategic gameplay if they just took super counter out, because the only way to escape back shots is using revenge counter. But then you can't spam it because you gotta worry about your skill points.
Nah, revenge counter only works in the front. You got a super counter.
Yeah, I think you mixed it up right there. I think you meant super counter is the only way to avoid back shots.
Yeah, super counter is only the way.
Oh yeah. My bad. Yeah.
No, you good.
Now remind me, because I be forgetting what the fuck revenge counter is. Which one is that?
Revenge counter is the one to where it has like that little, like, when it does that flash animation, and then you try to hit them.
So the whole, so for people on standard, that's the one where you hold circle and you I think it's the one where you have to time it right.
No, for standard, you click R3 in.
You click R3.
Yeah, for standard controls.
Oh yeah, honestly, that's why I fucking forgot about it, because I be forgetting that, like, that's like the one that you use the least.
Yeah, because it takes 2 of your skill points.
Yeah, because
so
the
like,
perception,
it takes a lot.
Perception I think uses maybe 1 or 2, but like I think it only uses 2.
People can also counter revenge counter, so it's like,
it's not really that great of a tool.
Yeah.
I
with
like
the new patch. They
go
kind
ahead.
of fixed the whole. With the new patch, they kind of fixed the whole not being able to tag out glitch. I kind of feel like I get my supers a little bit more, so maybe they just like fixed the whole input delay thing. Because I also had a big problem with that. I lost plenty of games going in sparking mode, popping somebody up in a combo and trying to use my super, and I just stand there and look like a dickhead, and I lost. So yeah.
I said something.
But
about
yeah,
that
I
too.
mean, to be honest with you, I can't really say too much because just like you, I haven't been playing that much recently. So yeah, but yeah, the game's not perfect, and I wish they would do something with Dragon Balls. I feel like that needs a rework, but hey.
I haven't even touched the Dragon Balls that much since, when we got it. We got the Dragon Balls at the start, so I haven't really like tried to get, like, especially like the Namekian ones. I haven't really touched those ones at all.
Yeah, I haven't gotten the Namekian ones at all. Apparently, the only way to get Dragon Balls after you complete the story is going into a world tournament on CPU, and it's an RNG chance of a random drop of getting 1 Dragon Ball. I feel like that's stupid. I didn't get on this to play a gacha game, so
yeah. I didn't get this to play Dragon Ball Legends. Fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah.
I've heard, I forgot who it was. I think maybe it was Lotus. I've heard somebody say that same thing of, I think it was Lotus, where it's like, take super counter out, you change revenge counter or perception and make that better. And like, maybe just because I can't remember revenge counter and like how that one works, like in detail from the tutorial, I can't remember exactly what it did. But I'm just like, I'm like, I like the idea of super counter, because that is kind of weird that like it is what I would think everybody would agree on is like the best defensive mechanic, because like it's the thing that like can get you out of almost anything, but it doesn't take anything to use it. But at the same time, you don't want to tie it to a resource because this is your get out of. This is how you get out of shit that like you normally wouldn't be able to get out of. This is the only thing that like when you get hit from behind does that. So it's like on one hand I see why they didn't tie it to a resource, but then at the same time it's too good to not be tied to something. So it's like taking it out, and
that's because they made the window more open in this game.
yeah,
Like they did with a lot of things in this game, where they made the mechanic worse from the older game.
yeah.
So in the old games, it used to be 2 frames or something. Like you had to be on the exact shit that where they're hitting you at in order for you to super counter. This game, you can literally hold up on the analog stick, press square, and you have a chance of getting out. I don't like that.
Yeah, see, that's way too easy. Because like even as somebody who came from Raging Blast,
Because all you gotta do is hold up, reset the stick, hold up again, and try to mash it out, and you have a chance of getting out. Like that shouldn't even be a thing. It should be the actual input of up forward in your attack button, not a chance of hold up on the analog stick and you have a chance of getting out.
yeah, it's like I think Rhymestyle said it when it was like the thing of like, oh, you can potentially vanish an attack if you just hold dodge after a certain part in the animation. It's like, yeah, that shouldn't really be there because it takes the skillfulness of doing it out and replaces it with just kind of chance.
It takes out the skillness because that's supposed to be like one of the hardest things to do in the game, but like is essentially going to get to the point that when people play this game on a high level, it's going to be unplayable because of that one mechanic by itself.
Yeah, because everybody, like I said, it's the best defensive mechanic, but it's also one of the easier ones to do, and it has no cost. So it's like you can't do that because like even in Raging Blast, you can vanish in Raging Blast too, but like I don't think it was to that degree of super counter to where it was that easy to do. Because even me, who played a lot of Raging Blast 2, I never was that good at vanishes. I never was getting to that level of consistency. But like in this game, you can super counter fairly easy. And like you said, if you're a person who is like practicing for, if there are tournaments for this game, which I think there was like one or a few, but there's not like too many. But like if you did compete at a high level against other people of high skill level, you would think that everybody there would have that mechanic pretty much down packed, so much that like you said it's kind of either unplayable or just boring to watch because everybody's gonna be super countering everything. They're gonna be,
yeah, that's the thing about this game too, is that like from a casual point or from a high level point, the game is just boring to watch in general because you got the vanish war thing, because they changed that too to where the vanishes are the same speed. In the older games, the vanishes, they would get faster and faster and faster and faster, which they got to change that back, which I'm making a video for that because that video I got to talk about a lot. And I already told like me and my friends earlier is just that super counter needs to go back to how it was in the older game, because the fact that anyone can just have the possibility of doing it, that's corny. I ain't gonna lie.
Definitely shouldn't just be a free as it is. And
Because
I like the idea of speeding the vanish wars up.
Revenge counter, and to bring that into it, it makes revenge counter a completely useless mechanic, because why would I spend a skill count when I could spend that for sparking mode, explosive wave, wild sense, after image, when I don't have to waste no resources and just use a super count?
Yeah, because like full power is fucking certain characters, depending on how much meter they have, they can spam full power back to back. You go full power, do a combo that
the best characters on this game are like characters who have the right chains and the characters who have good key blast. If you have good key blast, you're going to be dominating for the most part.
Yeah, I definitely like watching some people play. I haven't watched too much of other people playing, but the key blast one, I honestly was surprised that was the way it was, because I'm like, in any other Dragon Ball game where they had key blast, you do like 3 key blasts and then it stops. In this game, some characters deadass just spam key blast with no end. I'm like, y'all let them do that?
Because there's not like a key blast limit on this game. There's no cooldown, so like you can keep doing it and doing it and doing it. And if you're playing like androids who just constantly get their key back, that's GG.
Nah, yeah, true. As someone that mains Android 17 Super, being able to get my key back is a game changer. Just because I don't have to worry about standing there charging my key. Like my my rush down potential is crazy because I don't have to worry about my key because it just comes back.
Yeah,
But
so you just have a really good offense with key blast, and then you're automatically getting key back.
Yeah, with 17 and 18, I can honestly just push you the whole game because I don't got to worry about it.
Yeah, exactly. But the touch up on that ranked is a literal nightmare. That's why I truly hate.
Hey, calm down, fella. We haven't got to rank. Calm down, fella.
He said, "Calm down, big fella."
Now, let's continue.
Nah, I didn't have that much to say, but that thinking about it, that's the biggest like head scratcher for me. But like the key blast one, the defensive mechanics, I think they just need a rework as a whole. I like the variety in their uses, but as y'all have said, too many defensive mechanics, and the best ones either being tied to a resource that you don't want to use, or just having no resource tied to it all. Is just like that can't be like
because the main uses are what? Super counter perception.
Pretty
and
much.
Perception is like they got to change that too, because like a lot of people's defense in this game is bad, and that's just because they keep pressing the perception button.
Yeah, like I forgot what video I had it in. You just see people just spamming perception and just
you'll just keep seeing them spam it over and over and over and over again. And even like if you're blocking, you can literally just hold the circle button and you can get out for free basically.
I'd be forgetting that. Yeah, that is right. Blocking, you can still use perception.
That's the thing about perception people do not be talking about.
That just can't be in there at all. You shouldn't be allowed to block and still use perception. That just needs to change in my opinion altogether. But Twin, you was talking about ranked. I think we're ready to go into that nightmare.
All right, Joe, you want me to do it or you want to do it?
I could go.
McKay.
Yeah, I could go.
McNulty.
Listen here. Listen here. Everybody that clicked on this video right now, if you play fucking Vegito, if I see another Gogeta,
all right, man.
Hold on.
You gotta crash real quick.
If I see another UI Goku, I'm gonna crash out because y'all are ass. Y'all are buns.
Cheeks.
I just want y'all to know that.
Are you done?
Literal cheeks, bro.
You done?
Yeah, I'm done.
All right. Would you believe me if I said Gogeta's not the best character in this game, by the way?
Yeah, I would believe you.
Who is the best character?
I'm not telling you all that. I'm gonna let people find out on their own. We're on video right now. I ain't doing that.
I got an idea.
But rank match in this game, and even player matches, because I know he talked about it earlier. My problem with player matches, and I see this all the time, that whole 2015 lobby system needs to go. I'm kind of tired of seeing it now.
The Storm 4 lobby.
The Storm 4 / MK type lobby system that they've been using for I don't know how long, and they have not changed it. Like, I'm happy this game even had lobbies at all, because anime games now, for some reason, don't want to come with lobbies on day one. But
I'm about to say some don't.
The main thing in player matches, all you really got to do for that is just make it to where people don't have to wait one by one. Everybody can play each other in the same lobby. That's all you really got to do.
Yeah,
and then when you're playing with somebody, and if you're playing with someone and someone joins the lobby, you can't rematch them again. It will automatically take you out. There needs to be an option to where like you decide if you want to go back or rematch the person again. Ranked matches, however, oh god, ranked is like because with ranked, as soon as you start, it's already searching for an opponent already, and even if you pause it, it's still searching for an opponent. So if you got to go to the bathroom or your parents ask you for something, you are finished.
I ain't gonna lie, that caught me off guard the first time. I was like, I'm gonna pause, and then like I didn't get up, but I paused, and the next thing I know, match found. I said, "Nigga, what?"
Yeah, bro, because it doesn't pause the game.
They need to do it like how other fighting games do it, where like it sets you in that practice area, but then you can like hit start and go to the settings and be like, oh, I don't want to search for ranked right now. Let me practice for a second and then be able to turn it on. I don't want to like go into, because half of the time, like I'm literally loading in after I click on rank, pick my character, the stage and all that, etc. Right? It's literally in the middle of the intros. I don't even get to practice. I don't even get to move around. And you fucking.
I was about to say.
Before you even start a game, you have options like, hey, this is the guy's connection. This is what their disconnect is. Do you want to just get the game or not?
Yeah, honestly, that's surprising that there's like not even a there's not even a screen for it.
Crazy.
Yeah, because connection issues. Now, our console is a lot worse. So I'm grateful that it's not that bad on the PC side. And when we run into that bad connection, no, I was got vouch for this. My game is running at 3 FPS, brother. Like, it's unbelievable.
He's trying to swing and he's just staring at pixels. It's like, alright, I'm cooked.
I'm moving so slow in the Discord, and then they want to get an easy advantage where like I can do timing in 4 FPS.
They say hit it,
like,
20.
no, let me decline the match. Just like JD said, bring up a Wi-Fi connection rate. So I can
Wi-Fi and LAN, by the way, not just Wi-Fi. I'd be tired of facing all you crack people who only play on Wi-Fi.
yeah, get up, hey, bro. Like it's 2020. What are we doing? Why are we still on Wi-Fi?
Why are we Wi-Fi warrior in it? Yeah, that shit is rough. I haven't experienced that bad of connections, but I've seen from your perspective the bad ones. They be bad.
They be bad, bro. Let me tell you, my goodness.
Oh, you know, if they on PS5, they damn sure on Wi-Fi.
Yeah, like hold on, yo, listen. If y'all made it to this point in the video, bro, and y'all watching right now, and y'all plan on playing ranked today, listen to me. Listen to me, please. Don't do it. Just go play player match. Ranked is not worth it, bro. It's not worth it because once you get to once you get past B5, brother, B5. Oh, be prepared to run into the UI Gokus, After Image Vegito, fucking Master Roshi's in that bitch for some reason. Yajirobe's. You're running into all the cheese. I'm just letting you know that right now. You're running into all the cheese. Like nobody's playing good up there, brother. Nobody's playing good. Nobody's trying to have a fair match. They're trying to win because they're trying to get Z rank because they don't touch grass and they stink. Go take a shower. Bro, anybody that plays these niggas, anybody that try to cheese me in a rank and got away with it and won and done me, and then when I start winning, they pulled the plug. I hope you get a Pop-Tart with no fucking glaze on it, no frosting.
Oh, he waited to say that, huh?
Oh, but I feel that. But pause. He said
that's
no glaze
pop,
on your Pop-Tart. It's insane.
The leg on the Pop-Tart, great.
All right, I'm done crashing it, but rank needs to be fixed, please.
Nah, fucking that is like the fact that there is no indicator of ranked online is just like that's kind of insane. That something that I think Storm has that, Storm 4 has that, and Storm it's like damn.
Xenoverse 2 had it, but this game don't got it though.
Fucking even didn't
Tekken got it.
Then what's it called? Didn't the Demon Slayer game have it too?
Yeah.
Yeah, Demon Slayer game had it too. That's it's kind of crazy that we're in this simulation. Yeah, that shit was funny. He said.
But then again, since I played Demon Slayer, I had to look that up again. No lie.
I think it did because I remember seeing a Wi-Fi connection on there, but I'm like, I don't remember it. I don't remember ever seeing a LAN cable, so maybe it didn't have that. But that shit was funny. He said, "If you one and done me, you a bitch." Because one and done's is serious on that game at times, especially when they know that they cheese a win. They just, all right, I'm out. It's like, all right, bro, fuck you.
It's just the funniest ones because like. Most of like all like the S's and rank players, because my friend recently, he said like, most of these guys are not legit. They all either use After Image Strike, Wild Sense, spam C Broly's unblockable super, and use his fast as ultimate or something. I was like, yeah, bro, I expected that.
I mean, shit, honestly, after Xenoverse, y'all can't be trusted. And I didn't even play Xenoverse online like that, but I saw what y'all did.
Oh, and I can bring us up to the next section, the competitive and the balance section.
Shout out Lotus. Lotus. Oh my god, I fucking love that shit. Lotus, bro. That's him right there. But JD, tell us, since you brought it up, how do you feel about the competitiveness and balance of Sparking Zero?
Bad. So, for basically, to keep a long story short, because I tell this, a lot of people ask me in Discord and like Twitter and like DMs and like all the other stuff. At the end of the day, no matter what game it is, any game that has a PvP to where you could face one player or another, you're always going to have a casual side of people and the competitive side of people.
Mm-hmm.
Now, even though I am like a competitive person, I'm still a person like that likes to have fun and shit. I mean, I just like to chill and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But most of any game, most of them are the casual audience. The competitive side is like always like the afterthought when it comes to like any game for the most part, because look, those casual people, they will buy the game no matter what.
They're the majority of the player base.
Yeah, like so I respect them. But long story short for that, do I think this game can be competitive if this game is patched the right way and balanced the right way? Absolutely. Now, the way the current state of the game is right now with all the bugs and even the patch we got recently has some glitches and bugs going on. And they just fixed the button. They quote unquote fixed the button reader for Classic, even though Standard still has issues with that. The way it is right now, I would say no. Now, as far as like the balances though, this one I kind of don't get by people are complaining about it and try to use that excuse of just like, well, in Tenkaichi 3, as soon as you bring up that argument, your argument is done. I hate to tell you, but Tenkaichi 3 was a PS2 game. Developers were not able to patch games like that on PS2.
Lotus said that shit on Twitter. That game is 17 years old.
It's just like a lot of people need to understand there's a difference between like facing AIs in your group of friends, like I said earlier, and facing people around the world who like everybody now can play the game. Because trust me, if Tenkaichi 2 and 3 came out today, y'all will complain the same way y'all are doing with this game right now. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, yeah. In every game, even though in calling this a fighting game, quote unquote, will be a discussion that other people don't like, or are controversial on. But I consider this a fighting game of some kind. Not like because Mortal Kombat, but it is a fighting game.
And then I also seen people like say like, well, Spargan Zero doesn't have depth or is like unbalanced, like unlike traditional fighters, which as someone who's been playing fighting games for a long time, we're not going to act like traditional fighters were also not unbalanced. I would think people play Injustice 1 and MK9 at tournaments, and those games were a mess. Like
MK9 was a mess because of how much they let you do. Injustice was a mess because that shit was broken.
It is just like, and even like the old Street Fighter games, the old Tekken games, like every fighting game, no matter if it's arena fighter or anime, all of them all have their own issues. None of them are perfectly balanced.
I was going to say, I was like, me and Joe competed in multiversus tournaments, and everybody screams about how that game is not balanced in the fucking slightest sometimes.
Yeah, it's going to be a thing that like, no matter what type of fighting game it is, there's always going to be issues with every single one.
There is no perfect fighting game.
There is no perfect fighting game.
But with this game, everybody always is talking about how they're like the thing is like, and like I said, I learned this mainly from people in Xenoverse. You give people the ability to do broken dumb shit or just cheese shit, they're gonna do it. I mean, yeah, you'll see it in like a Syriax video where he plays Xenoverse 2. And then he goes on there. There's modders, there's people that are ass at the game, there's people that are okay, and then there's people that cheese the broken shit and are just beating up on people with the shit that's hard to deal with. So when this game came out, I didn't expect anything different. There's gonna be people playing Z Broly, Fusions, Yajirobe when he was broken. There's gonna be people that are playing worse characters, but are better at the game than those people. And don't choose to cheese everybody. Like, that's always been, in my opinion, in like Dragon Ball players. Not just Dragon Ball players specifically, but Dragon Ball players as a whole have been the main people doing this shit for years.
And basically just like, my problem, another point I'm going to talk about in my video too with arena fighters is like, if people want to play the game competitively, why does it bother the casual audience so much? Like, if y'all want to play the game, y'all want to play it, go ahead. Like, I'm not going to tell anybody who's playing the game, like, casually that, like, you shouldn't be. Because I'm cool with both sides of the community. I'm just someone who just likes to laugh, find stuff out. And I just like to take games to a higher level. That's what I like to do. Yeah. So, like, why does it bother other people what I'm doing? I bought the game just like y'all did, so what's the issue?
Yeah, I've never understood
That's a great take on that.
Especially because, like, Oh, I didn't mean
And
to
this
cut
is
you off.
something that I've been dealing with since Storm 4 when I also played that game like how I played it.
I was gonna say with Storm 4 specifically, people were like, arena fighters normally aren't competitive. I was like, I could have sworn Storm was like a thing that people played competitively.
Had tournaments. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what I was
because around
saying.
that time, and then in Storm, just like any arena fighter, people just have the mentality that all arena fighters are. You just mash one button and you win the game. And I hate to tell you this, that doesn't work in Storm. That didn't work in Xenoverse, and that doesn't work in Sparking either. Sparking, you can cheese for sure, but like if someone's good as hell at Sparking, they're gonna know how to deal with your BS. Is it gonna be annoying? Oh yeah, for sure. But we're gonna know how to deal with that.
Yeah, same thing. Like I said, with the more unpopular one with Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer, same thing. You press square to do shit in Demon Slayer, but there is still depth in combos in these games. It's just to the person to go do it. What was you saying?
Yeah, it's
Jeff?
just to the individual to go out and find it. They actually want to do it. And also, you bringing up Yajirobe earlier, just want to let everybody know that Yajirobe change did not change anything.
Oh, no, he's still broken.
Yeah, no, it didn't.
The
I
way
literally ran into one
a
earlier.
lot of people are not taking into account the problem with this game. You get skill count way too quick,
fast as hell.
and you get skill counts from hitting or as the community likes to say, giving people back shots. When you give people back shots, you gain more skill count. When people lose a health stock, you get more skill count. When you get in Vanish Wars, you get more skill count. So like giving Yajirobe, making his Sensu Beat going to 5 and 6, that's not that doesn't really change anything, because the main problem with Yajirobe for a lot of people was the fact that he got his full health back. So even you decreasing the health, that's not going to do anything if he can still get his full health back.
I thought about it, and Joe, you can say what you're going to say after I say this, but the thing that blew my mind when I read the patch notes, even though it wasn't that many, they were like, yeah, he started the game off with two skill counts. And I, as somebody who had literally just made a video on him, I never realized you started the game off with 2 of them. So I never knew that.
I think the Android characters start off with 1, if I'm not mistaken.
That would make sense, so that they can charge and shit. I didn't know that though.
Yeah.
That's insane. But what'd you have to say, Joe?
Oh yeah, no, I was just gonna touch up what JD was talking about how like the casual people getting mad that people want to be competitive in this game. Like, I don't know what it is about people when they play video games, but like they feel like the way that they play video games, everybody else has to play it the same way, or else the shit just ain't right, or the game is just ass, or the community is ass. But like, you gotta understand that, bro, like these games are being made for everyone. Like everybody grew up a certain way. Everybody plays video games a different way. Like JD said, like he likes to take games to the next level. He likes to be in the lab, find everything he can in the lab, and show that shit off, which is fine. But for me, or for somebody else, they might just want to just jump in and just like play casual and beat niggas' asses. That's fine. But like, let's be honest, people get mad that people are cheesing and shit like that. Like, bro, you can't sit here and tell me that somebody's favorite character is Yajirobe. It's not. But going online and popping a sensu bean and getting their health back and being able to win games is probably fun to them. For me, dealing with that shit is probably annoying. But just like JD said, if you're good enough, you can figure out a way to deal with it. And honestly, that's just it. That's how it is in every game. Just pretty like Nas said, if people can cheese, they're gonna cheese, because some people find that fun. And to be honest with you, yeah, Vegito having after him and strike is like really annoying.
Which I will touch on in a few minutes, by the way.
For a lot of people out there, bro, Vegito is like one of the coolest fusions I ever fucking seen. It's one of my favorites. I mean, I like Gogeta more just because I like Janemba too. But I mean, Vegito's cool. Like, they might not just be using Vegito just because they want to cheese. Like, it might just be their favorite character, favorite fusion, whatever. Like,
yeah, bro, but they get that label slapped on them for playing the character.
Yeah,
I mean that's true. I mean, they just gotta hold that though.
No, that's what I'm saying though. That it just happens like that.
But it's just like some people are just hella entitled, bro. And it's like, if people want to take this game to like if a lot of people want this game to be in a competitive way and take it to Evo and all that, that's fine. what is that changing for you as the casual player? Like, you can still go in the ranked or player match and have fun, just like me the other day. In my other video, I was playing TN. TN is garbage compared to the rest of these niggas. But guess what? I won most of my games, and I was having fun because I was screaming, "Don't right, solar flare." You know what I'm saying? Like,
Man, screaming,
bro, you can play the game how you want to play it. Just because people are cheesing online, it's annoying as hell. Like JD said, it's really, truly annoying. But what fighting game isn't annoying? I play multiverses. I get hit with annoying shit. I play Street Fighter. Annoying shit. Tekken. Annoying shit. It's a fighting game, though. It's gonna be annoying. MK9, don't get me started on that shit. Everything was annoying about that game. Everything's going to be annoying, and that's okay. But games are meant to be fun. In any way that you look at it, games are made to be fun. We're supposed to be playing this shit to release stress, have fun, bro. Just do your thing. Don't worry about it. If people want to talk about they want to take this shit tournament, should it be in tournaments? If that doesn't apply to you, why do you give a fuck? Just leave it alone.
That's honestly how it be. Just don't feed energy into shit that don't matter to you or should not matter to you. Is there anything else that we had to talk about or had a comment on?
There's something he said. I forgot what. Oh yeah. Also, that brings me to another point. What Joe said, it's kind of the same thing, but people have to understand that, like, not everybody is trying to cheese on this game. Like, Dragon Ball is one of those series to where, like, people are gonna like the people who they like, bro. That's just how it is. Every Dragon Ball game, who is the most people played? Fusions. It's been this way since forever. People just really love fusions. I mean, I love fusions. That's why I pick Gogeta 4, because he's fun. But as far as like, because there's so many tweets of people saying like, well, you wouldn't win if you played this character, blah, blah, blah. I mean, like, if they're cheesing on you and they're using the character that you feel like you will win with, if you're using that same character, then do it yourself. Like, you could just pick the same character that they're playing with and do the same thing. But it's up to the player about like what they personally want to do.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I've always said about fighting games. Because, like, whenever we talk to Gino, for example, and Gino always be like, this character is annoying, and this is broken, and this mechanic needs to change. I'm like, Gino, every fighting game is going to have something broken, something annoying in it. If you're as good as you say you are, you're going to have to beat it no matter what. If you want to play this game online in a competitive format to try to get to a top rank, for example, you're going to have to deal with that shit no matter what. Are you going to complain about every time you might lose a fight and not get better? Or are you going to be like, damn, I lost to a fucking Vegito spamming after him strike. Alright, let me get in the lab, see if there's anything I can do about it, try to get better as a person playing the game, and then now when next time you run into that, oh, I done labbed this, so I know how to deal with this. But a lot of people don't want to do that work to stop having those frustrations, and they just want to go off their immediate emotions of, I'm pissed, I'm going to go on Twitter and rant about it. And it's like, dog, that's not doing anything but making you feel better for the moment. But you're going to get back on this game and get pissed.
Something I tell Gino all the time. I'm like, bro, what separates the best from everyone else is they have a better mindset when playing. Yep. And I tell this to people all the time. No matter if it's a traditional fighting game, an arena fighter, an anime fighter, your goal at the end of the day is to beat the other player.
Yep.
So even if you get cheesed out, even if they play in a playstyle you absolutely don't like, or even if they played you legit, you're gonna have to learn how to deal with things in any game. It was sparking in particular because, you know, like it's like this for every anime game. People just don't like to lose because everybody was saying, oh, you know, like I've always been like that in Tenkaichi, blah, 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 blah. But now that the game's actually out, and when the developers said like they weren't going to try to balance this game and make it unbalanced, now we see all these tweets of people saying, no, we need this game balanced.
And it's like y'all were also saying, okay, yeah, it's good that it's not balanced. It's like, bro,
And
you
this
gotta
is why I
really
told
know what you asking for.
me and my Tenkaichi, even homies already do before this game was going to come out. People were already going to react that way.
I mean, yeah, because to pivot it to something completely unfighting game related, Joe, is like the same shit when we play Val. You gonna get on Val, you gonna run into a character that's gonna be, or a team comp that's annoying as fuck, and you just struggling the whole time to beat him. You gonna either complain and get pissed about it, or you gonna run the next game being like, all right, what can I do differently so that I don't get thrashed like that again? It's a mindset thing, but people just don't have that mindset that
Now
they probably should.
Now I will say though, it's like Sparking Zero. Like I said, this game is a mess. Like the biggest thing, input the game with your inputs. Honestly, online on this game, it makes you feel like you're playing in the mud. So
Yep.
I understand why people be getting mad because like the vanishing's inconsistent, super counter's inconsistent. Even though like people can just hold up left on the analog stick, but I digress. But one of the biggest things that I'm definitely going to say in my video too is that anime people need to stop accepting delay-based netcode for their games. Like, I get it.
Right.
Like, yeah, if y'all just want to play the game, y'all just want to play the game. But I want to be able to play with everybody. I don't want to only just be able to play people from where I'm from, because the way I learned how to play Tenkaichi 2 and 3 was from learning from people overseas when my friend introduced me to them. But this game, you can't really do that because, again, everybody was so excited for this game coming out, but nobody was talking about like actually wanting to get better netcode for the game.
I think that's a whole different topic of anime
that's
fighters.
a whole different topic.
Yeah,
that I
because
want to talk about in my video.
That's just an anime fighter thing, in my opinion. Of like, people be so starved of anime games. Like, it is bad if you are a strictly only anime game guy. So it's like when they finally get something that they were asking for, or something that has been beloved for years, they're like, bro, fuck it, we're just happy to get it. If it has problems, it'll get fixed, but we're just happy. And it's like, on one hand, yeah, but on the other hand, no. Actually,
like, especially in 2024, like we are in a different time period of gaming to where like you guys should not be settling for less. Like, because I be seeing all these the Bleach people making fun of the Sparking Zero people, be like, haha, like your game is like this and that. What makes y'all think that y'all game is not going to be the same thing? And I love Bleach.
I was about to say, look, all of us in here love Bleach, but we are all in unison that game is gonna have its own problems more than likely. There's no perfect game.
Oh yeah.
There's gonna be something wrong with that game. Whether it's, I mean, it can even be something as simple as balancing. Balancing has always been a thing that is not perfect in any game. No game has perfect balancing, but everybody claims that they need to do this to make the balancing good. It's like balancing is always gonna change. There's always gonna be a problem in the game with characters being strong. That's never going away in any game, whether fighter or anime arena fighter. It's like, there's always going to be problems in every game. Y'all just laugh because y'all don't have this problem. But it's the same thing of like, in like Rivals of Ether. I don't fully know that game, but it's like another platform fighter that everybody likes. And it's like, yeah, in this game, it got all these things that Multiverse don't have. And it's like, well, yeah, but that game I'm pretty sure has its own issues. But y'all just like to attack other things because it has more glaring issues or more issues. But it's like every game has their issues, though. Like, no game is perfect. Even the best games and the most beloved games have shit about them that people don't like. But is there anything else that we needed to talk about while this video is going on 43 minutes?
No, not really.
No, I don't really think so.
Well, thank you y'all both for being here, even though Joe be doing Joe shit. He just hop in the middle of the recording and be like, fuck it, I'm here.
He did not expect it, most likely, honestly.
Yeah, I did not. But
he just like, I see the niggas in the chat. All right, let's go in there.
I'm always down to be in a video, so.
Of course. You know we gotta get Twan in there. But I'll see y'all next video. Peace.
I wanna be good, but I'm stuck being bad. I wanna get money and chill by myself. I wanna send money, my family need help. I need me a girl just to help with the stress. Somebody to care, this hair, this red everywhere. My fault is heavy, this chain is heavy. I know they gon' hate me cause haters is plenty. I rode in an Altima, burned out a Chevy. Those times were heavy.